You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Look at this, a massive explosion in Wisconsin, what left the small town looking like a scene out of a movie overnight.
Plus, a thief in Holmes Beach could be connected to other recent crimes. We're going to tell you where police are investigating today.
And summer is here, and that means more mosquitoes. We'll tell you what Sarasota County is doing to protect you this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. Good morning, 6 o'clock, July 11th, 7/11. Also the birthday of...
7/11.
You know whose 80th birthday it is today?
You. Nah.
Linda Carson.
Linda Carson. Oh, that's right. Happy
80th
birthday, Linda.
Yes.
That woman has led the most amazing life. The more I learn about her, the more I just love her to pieces.
I know John Scalzi's also in the fan club as well, right,
Yes,
John?
he is.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, indeed. She used to anchor on the morning show
That's
here,
right.
actually, a while back. And I tell you, I've never met a person with a more positive personality than she. This is really something. She's really something. So we have across the region pretty quiet conditions right now. Don't expect to see much during the morning commute in terms of any kind of showers. We do have some off the coastline. They'll stay off the coastline. There's also some lightning pops associated with them all up and down the coast, too. So if you're traveling this morning near the coast, you might, before dawn, you might be able to see a few pops of lightning out there in the Gulf. Otherwise, the showers that developed late in the day yesterday, and I do mean late, coming in at around 7 o'clock and then through about the 11 o'clock hour, have now moved out into the Gulf. That's what we're seeing out there right now. Cloud cover accompanying it. We have a fair amount of sunshine in store for us a little bit later on today as Chris continues to pull away from the coast. We'll have a daytime high coming in at around 92. Forecast for you in a sec.
All right, John, talk to you again soon. 6:01 right now. Here are the maps. First off, in Manatee County, you build up there on 301 northbound as you cross over 15th Street East. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. Farther south, a few blips there on the screen at the Bayfront. There at the Sailor and Nurse statue. 41 at Bay of Vista. Siesta Key, quite a bit of congestion there already. And also, you'll see Stickney Point where it heads over 41. And in South County map, all clear at 6:01. Our roving camera right now is live at Bee Ridge Road and Tuttle, where it should be a little busier as the morning commute progresses. Right now, pretty quiet at 6:02 a.m.
And new this morning, an explosion has rocked the downtown area of Madison, Wisconsin. Officials there say a contractor struck a natural gas main, injuring 2 firefighters and a police officer and leveling nearby buildings. Some nearby residents, including a nursing home, all had to be evacuated. So far, there's no word on the extent of any of the injuries on the scene, but we'll keep you updated on the story throughout the day here on ABC 7.
Developing overnight, a thief who broke into Holmes Beach house last month and beat up the homeowner could be connected to other burglaries now as well. Many allegedly stolen items were found in this storage unit belonging to the suspect on Cortez Road in Bradenton. Police say this indicates there may be other victims of Mark Snyder. He's the 55-year-old who recently was arrested and confessed, they say, for robbing a home on 75th Street and beating up the 71-year-old homeowner. In that storage shed, hundreds of items were found, including guns, artwork, jewelry, and bicycles.
It's great to get this kind of person off the streets and be able to recover this amount of property that was found. So hopefully we'll be able to put all the pieces together and connect the dots with all the victims.
It was extremely shocking, but I would say burglaries happen more than you think out on the island. Canal access is very easy.
Snyder remains behind bars, held on $50,000 bail. Police say they'll release more photos of possibly stolen items in the near future.
Well, 3 days after ABC 7 first told you about a racist note that was found by an African-American family at Art Ovation Hotel, the hotel is now sharing some new details of their investigation into just how that note got there in the first place. Now, the hotel says they reviewed all the electronic memory of the room's door locks. They found there was no evidence to suggest that any hotel staff member entered the room to leave the note there. Now, they believe that that note was already in the room when guests arrived. Now, Frank Davis, the man who found the note, says he's relieved a person of interest has been identified by the hotel. That person was a guest at the hotel who had been using the N-word toward associates and others at the hotel. Sarasota police are continuing their investigation today. And following that incident at Art Ovation, the mayor of Sarasota is weighing in and expressing her concern to the community, now asking for all hate crime reports to be sent to City Hall for review. Mayor Liz Alpert said that it appears it is an isolated incident, but she is still troubled that it happened in the first place. She says that the city is going to keep close tabs on any suspected hate crimes in the future to better address those issues over time.
Yeah, that story has unfortunately made national news.
It really has, very much so. Well, summer means days at the beach, bonfires with friends, long bike rides for this guy, but also means a lot of mosquitoes, and they are out in full force right now.
But help is on the way, at least in Sarasota County. Marla Spence has our story this morning. Marla?
Hey guys, good morning. Those pesky little bites are among one of the most annoying things to endure this summer. I had the opportunity of going to a laboratory for the Sarasota County's Mosquito Management Office. Scientists and technicians there say there are about 34 species of mosquitoes in Sarasota County alone. Now, if that number sounds alarming, just hear this. There are about 90 species in Florida and hundreds more across the globe. Taylor Greenan with the Mosquito Management Office says those insects tend to be out mostly between May and October and sunrise and sunset. Now, in an effort of reducing the risk of public health issues due to mosquitoes, technicians visit and inspect several areas like ditches or places where there's standing water. They do this in hopes of controlling and monitoring the population.
So we're constantly monitoring the populations. We use a variety of traps to get certain types of species, ones that might cause different issues. In addition to the traps, obviously we're identifying them to pinpoint where they're coming from and where the problem might be. We're also larviciding, which is when we use chemicals or different practices to eliminate larvae. And then we also will adulticide if necessary if populations reach a certain point.
So far, the Mosquito Management Office has not found any species of mosquitoes here on the Suncoast with any diseases that may pose a health concern. They still recommend that you protect yourself by wearing repellent like this, and it has to be registered by the Environmental Protection Agency or EPA. Also wearing long sleeves and making sure that you are tossing any standing water that may be lying outside your home is a great way of preventing those pesky mosquito bites. Back to you guys.
All right, some good tips there. Thank you, Marla. Now to a scam alert from police in Bradenton after a recent increase in phone calls that threaten people with arrest. Police say the caller usually claims the victim has outstanding warrants for their arrest or they owe money to the IRS, and many of the people getting calls have never even been behind bars. Police say you should never give out personal information to anybody who calls and claims to be with the IRS. Now, if you live in Manatee County, there's a new app that can help you keep up to date with crimes in the county. It's called Neighbors. You can download it for free on your phone right now. The Sheriff's Office announced deputies will use the app to provide the community with the latest crime and safety information. Now, Sarasota police have a similar service for residents. It's called the Next Door app. Still ahead, the youth soccer team and their coach are all finally free from that dangerous cave in Thailand.
We're going to tell you how the intense operation was so successful thanks to the quick thinking of rescue divers and how it almost went wrong right at the end. We're going to have the whole story when we come back. But first,
6:07 right now. Peek outside. Looks like a 3D computer animated generator.
oh, lightning in the background.
Oh, you saw them sheet lightning?
Right,
That's what it's
yeah.
right? That's
Is that what it's called?
Yes, right, John? When you had the whole sky. There it is. Saw it again.
Can't tell from this angle whether that is cloud to cloud lightning or whether that's a strike that's hitting the ground.
See? Happened again.
It might be sheet lightning. So we're looking at some pretty quiet conditions out there currently over land, and if you are headed to the beach today, it should be a pretty nice day as most of those showers will remain offshore through the majority of the afternoon. Building later in the day, we'll look for a temperature of 89 degrees with a UV index of about 11. The red tide status today features Lido, Venice, and Gasparilla as having low amounts of red tide toxin in the air. We'll have the complete forecast for you in a sec.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration. Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
no.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs right at home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call right at home. Get the right care right at home.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support. All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Watch temperature of 76 degrees out there. We have a dew point value of 76, and we have a heat index of 76. 376s, don't see that very often. 100% relative humidity out there, so it is very thick and sticky. We are looking at a temperature as we head into the 12 noon hour of about 90 degrees, and at that point, we'll be pretty close to 100-degree feels-like temperature. So the humidity has returned to the Suncoast, and it will spawn again this afternoon. A few scattered showers around, about a 10% chance by 3 p.m., maybe a shower or two building in inland areas. But then as we head into the evening, 7 p.m., rain chance goes up to about 20%, and a few of those showers will work their way back to the coast. There'll be kind of slow-moving, somewhat erratic motion with these showers today, as the winds are going to be very light and variable, and you'll have generally an east coast sea breeze working its way closer to us. Showers building in inland areas and then drifting back toward our coastline once again. Certainly possible. Titan radar right now not showing much happening over land. But as we just saw on tower cam, a few scattered showers and a thunderstorm or two out in the Gulf, good distance from the Gulf. The showers that you're seeing are located, oh golly, about 70 to 80 miles offshore. So, and continuing to press further away from shore. Now, if you're a boater, you may play into your plans a little bit later this morning. If you're heading out right now and planning an offshore trip, you'll probably see a shower or two out there. But otherwise, I don't think most of us will be bothered by those showers. Chris continues to pull away from land, still a formidable hurricane, but bothering no one way out there. And Beryl continues to lift northward, producing some fairly heavy rainfall in the Bahamas. But it is forecast to lift off to the north and to the east and follow in Chris's footsteps, moving out into the open waters of the Atlantic. Could regenerate, but even if it does, little bother to anyone. Trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere will swing by the southern tip of the state today, enhancing rainfall chances for South Florida, Florida Keys, all the way up probably to Lauderdale. Some of that may help to enhance our rainfall chances around here. We'll see how it plays out as we head into the afternoon and evening. And over the course of the next several days, the high pressure will be building in from the west, providing us with a general westerly flow. That'll tend to change the timing of storms over the weekend to coastal showers in the morning and then inland showers in the afternoon, but it will bring us a better chance for showers. Mostly sunny today, a few evening showers around, and then we'll watch for that change in the pattern thanks to the high pressure ridge for our evening showers as we head into the weekend. Southwest wind at about 10 knots. Nice day for boating, actually. It'll bring you a light chop with 2-foot seas. And the forecast for the remainder of the week calls for 92 as a daytime high today, and tomorrow 20% chance of showers both days. Moisture increasing, so too are our rainfall chances as we head into the weekend with about a 40% chance of storms. May see them near the coast in the morning, followed by the drift inland in the afternoon. And then next week, we'll continue on with about a 40 to 50% chance of storms, which is about average for this time of year. Back to you.
Thank you so much, John. Let's take a look outside and check out that first alert traffic. Starting first in Manatee County, as you can see right there on your screen, 301 State Road 70. Lots of slowdown and congestion in that area. So normally is around this time in the morning. In Sarasota County, at least in the top half, we do have one slowdown to tell you about right there on Fruitville, right as you come off of 41. That is running very slow, a little extra congested this morning. And then if you're heading a little bit farther south into the area, those shots aren't looking too bad. Both 75 and 41 are running pretty smooth so far this morning. It is 6:15, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, in Thailand, that 18-day ordeal is finally over for the boys and their soccer coach, who have all safely been rescued from that flooded cave.
As Elizabeth Hurd tells us, this easily could have ended in disaster.
An incredible ending to a mission that seemed impossible just days ago. All 12 boys and their soccer coach rescued by a team of elite divers, guiding them through these dark and narrow passageways. And on this final day of dramatic rescues, thumbs up from these Navy SEAL divers and medic, the last group to get out of the cave.
How many of you? 13.
These 13 now at a hospital in an isolation unit. 2 of the boys have pneumonia. All put on a diet of bland foods, and because of infection fears, doctors are not allowing direct contact with visitors until their blood tests come back. Their road to recovery beginning as new details emerge about just how lucky they are to be alive. ABC News learning the group got out just in the nick of time. ABC's Matt Gutman reports from Thailand.
After those Navy SEALs and the other rescuers got those 4 boys, the coach, and those 4 Thai Navy SEAls out of the cave, other rescuers and about 80 or 90 Thai Navy SEALs were in there picking up all their equipment when suddenly that main pump that had been taking out hundreds of millions of gallons over the past 2.5 weeks gave way. And the SEALs and the other rescuers had to flee for their lives.
Disaster averted, with Thailand and the world now rooting for these boys' speedy recovery. As for the coach, he has both been criticized for taking the boys into that cave and also praised for keeping them alive. Well, it turns out while they were still trapped inside, the boys' parents wrote him a letter writing in part, "Do not blame yourself. We are not angry." Elizabeth Hurd, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, 11 people are alive after a plane crash in Alaska.
We're going to tell you how officials say they all managed to survive. And then later, we're going to have some important warnings on the dangers of mosquitoes. But first, take a look outside. Maybe there's some mosquitoes outside on our tower cam.
That would certainly bug me.
Oh, that would bug me. Well, maybe there's some mosquitoes at the White House.
Here's a shot now at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, where dawn has clearly broken there.
No one's home. They're in Belgium.
President Trump enjoying a breakfast, or no longer breakfast there anymore. It's now mid-afternoon in Belgium. He is at the NATO summit. Details of that and more news on the way on Good Morning Suncoast.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings during the Chrysler Pacifica Incredible Sales Event. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $23,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota today.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Don't miss the exciting original musical review, Tops from Flops, playing July 11th through the 22nd at the Players Center. All the best songs from all the wrong shows from composers like Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, and more. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll want to sing right along with Tops from Flops.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Once again, here's that pretty shot from downtown Sarasota. That cloud before had some
there it is.
happen again.
More lightning, yeah.
Pretty
Very
shot
cool
there.
shot this morning.
Yeah. I actually jumped out of my chair and got a little video of it, and I put it on my Facebook page. So if you get a chance, stop by Ray Collins, ABC7 on Facebook. Like the page while you're there.
That's right, and you should also stop by the Stephanie webpage afterward because I'm going to show you how Ray did not attempt to do the shiggy dance and wussed out on it instead.
I needed to stretch first.
Yeah, right, whatever.
It was a fun moment, though.
All right. Well, do you guys know what today is? It is July 11th, or 7-Eleven, and that means free Slurpees at all 7-Eleven gas stations. You can score a free small Slurpee just for stopping by any 7-Eleven between 11 this morning and 7 tonight. The chain estimates they're going to hand out more than 9 million of those frozen drinks by the end of the day.
You have to buy something too, like beef jerky, just to get it free?
Well, you just have to go in there and just like, hey, I want a free Slurpee.
Nothing else to buy?
No, stop trying to buy stuff.
I don't want to buy stuff.
Get free stuff.
Thank you.
Well, authorities in Alaska are working to find out just what caused the crash of a small plane in a remote area there.
All 11 on board survived the crash. ABC's Will Carr has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, 11 people miraculously walking away from the wreckage of this plane crash on the side of an Alaskan mountain. From this aerial picture, you can see the white plane with teal stripes surrounded by rocks on a treacherous part of Prince of Wales Island in southeast Alaska, somehow still intact. The propellers twisted, the passengers shaken. No one died after the de Havilland Otter, a rugged single-engine float plane, went down Tuesday morning. The pilot, immediately calling 911, 2 U.S. Coast Guard helicopters swooped in, pushing through thick, dangerous fog and low visibility. The rescue crews hoisting 10 passengers and the pilot up into one helicopter.
They're all able to walk on their own power, and because of that, it enabled us to fit more folks into the aircraft.
And we'll have more on this incredible survival story coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Will Carr, ABC News, Ketchikan, Alaska.
To most people, I look like most people.
But on the inside, I feel chronic, widespread pain. Fibromyalgia may be invisible to others, but my pain is real.
Fibromyalgia is thought to be caused by overactive nerves. Lyrica is believed to calm these nerves.
I'm glad my doctor prescribed Lyrica.
For some, Lyrica delivers effective relief from fibromyalgia pain and improves function. Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions, suicidal thoughts or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these, new or worse depression, unusual changes in mood or behavior, swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or blurry vision. Common side effects: dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who've had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
With less pain, I can do more.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica. If you're eligible, you could pay as little as $25 a month.
Hey everyone, I'm Chef Bob Vitello with Chef Tom Enzalone from Publix Cooking School. What do you got us going on today here, buddy? Some pork? Looks like good stuff.
Yes, we have some pork skewers marinated with some corn on the cob that we already boiled a little bit. With the pork to start off, you'd marinate the pork, and we marinated in some fresh ginger, garlic, a little bit of paprika, and this is what it'll look like after 2 hours here.
Well, could you marinate it more than 2 hours?
You could marinate it more than 2 hours. You don't want to do any more than that. Might turn a little bit tough on you, actually.
Turn tough on you. But marinate it at least a half hour,
At least a half hour, cool. Probably no more than 2.5 hours.
Now, you boil the corn?
We actually boiled the corn first because we're going to grill it and just to get nice grill marks on it.
Cool. Let's see that butter you're going to make with that, man. Pretty cool stuff.
Okay, let's do it. Actually, let's put these on here. We'll put those on our grill right there.
That's what you want to hear when it's going on the grill.
And it's on the grill. Okay, we're going to make a nice sauce for this.
This is going to be on the pork?
Actually, it's going to be on the pork and the corn.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
And what we're going to do first, we're going to mix a little bit of mayonnaise, which I already started off our mayonnaise. We're going to put in some queso fresco.
Queso fresco.
Queso fresco, as you say.
That's how the Italians say it.
That's how the Italians say it, yes. We're going to put a little bit more garlic in there.
Fresh garlic?
Fresh garlic. I always use fresh garlic.
Always fresh garlic.
Yes, sir. A little bit of parsley.
Italian parsley, right?
Italian parsley, of course. Bob, come on.
Don't get mad at me.
Touch of cilantro in there.
That looks good, buddy. Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling this delicious dish. Tom, this is amazing. Hope you all like it.
Thank
you. Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up, President Trump in Brussels this morning, meeting with NATO leaders. Why the commander-in-chief is already turning heads today.
Pilots with Allegiant Airlines are threatening to go on strike. We'll tell you why and what this could mean for your upcoming trips.
And the battle over sand continues in Sarasota. What could be next for dredging at Big Pass and Lido Beach? We have those stories and more. It all starts right now on Good Morning Suncoast. And good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us on this Wednesday morning at 6:30. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. July the 11th, and John Scalzi has some showers by his left elbow right now.
I do?
Yep. No, not shoulder, elbow.
Oh.
Someone needs a biology lesson.
That's right. Just a little Grey's Anatomy, right? We have across the region a few scattered showers out in Gulf waters, a thunderstorm or two as well. You can see those flashes of lightning from shore. Not much going on over land, though. That's the good news. It's going to be quiet. In fact, across the state of Florida, everything's pretty quiet across land currently. Now, we will see the showers pop up again a little later this afternoon, just as they did last night. They built in inland areas around 7, 8, 9 o'clock, some of them producing some fairly heavy rain, and then scooted out to the Gulf. I think that'll be the same pattern today. Cloud cover out in the Gulf. I think we get a fair amount of sunshine as dawn breaks here on the Suncoast, and that'll help boost our temperatures up pretty rapidly. We'll get up to about 92 for a daytime high. 10% chance of rain by 3, by 7 tonight. That rain chance probably goes up to about 20%. Complete forecast for you in a second.
All right, talk to you again soon, John. Let's check the maps right now. We'll check out Manatee County. Issues there on State Road 70 eastbound as you head toward 301. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. Farther south, the northern half of Sarasota County, Bee Ridge Road westbound. After you get past, say Beneva, you'll see some slowdowns there. Otherwise clear. And then our final map to the south will show us not much to report at 6:32. And here's a live camera at Bee Ridge Road and Tuttle Avenue. Our roving camera checking out some early morning traffic there on Bee Ridge. That'll be a busy spot as the morning progresses. Right now, looks like the traffic is flowing quite smoothly. President Trump is overseas right now trying to level the playing field with NATO allies.
Now, the president is in Brussels demanding that NATO's European members pay more for their own defense. ABC's Molly Hunter has the latest from London.
President Trump arrived in Brussels ready for a showdown and ready to crank up pressure on America's NATO allies.
He wasted no time this morning repeating an argument he so often makes about NATO.
The United States is paying far too much, and other countries are not paying enough, especially some.
And slamming Germany right off the bat.
You know, we're protecting Germany, we're protecting France, we're protecting everybody, and yet we're paying a lot of money to protect. Germany is a captive of Russia.
He also fired off a series of tweets. NATO countries must pay more. And will they reimburse the U.S.? But European Council Chief Donald Tusk firmly laid out the allies' point of view.
Dear America, appreciate your allies. After all, you don't have that many.
As the NATO summit kicks off, the split between Trump and stalwart European democratic allies like the UK, France, and Germany is bigger than ever. And Trump is now cozier with dictators like China's Xi Jinping and Russia's Vladimir Putin.
Frankly, Putin may be the easiest of them all. Who would think?
And those comments from President Trump raising alarm bells. But we won't actually know until President Trump meets with President Putin next Monday in Helsinki. But you can be sure that NATO allies over the next 2 days will do their best to remind Trump who his real strategic friends are. Molly Hunter, ABC News, London.
Well, new this morning, the Trump administration is getting ready for another round of tariffs against Chinese goods, this time on products worth over $200 billion. More goods that could face 10% tariffs include seafood, fruit and vegetables, yarn, wool, rain jackets, even baseball gloves. Now, that move comes after the U.S. imposed tariffs on Chinese goods worth about $34 billion last Friday. China immediately responded with tariffs of their own on U.S. goods, totaling around the same amount.
Happening in Florida, new information now about that roller coaster accident last month on Daytona Beach. State investigators say excessive speed and operator error is to blame. That derailment threw 2 passengers more than 20 feet to the ground. Several others were also injured. And this is also new. Turns out this all happened the first day after it was closed for a month for a failed inspection. The ride is still closed indefinitely.
Well, if you've got tickets to fly on Allegiant Air anytime soon, you're going to want to listen to this. Pilots at Allegiant have voted to authorize a strike after the airline decided to force them to use a homemade scheduling system that they claim goes against industry standards. It disregards pilot seniority and preferences and doesn't give them enough downtime in between flights. Now, that strike could result in cancellations and impact thousands of passengers. So be sure to check mysuncoast.com for all the latest news on any of those affected flights.
The Rays have unveiled plans for this new stadium in Ybor City. A new $892 million ballpark would feature a translucent roof. It still remains who would pay for this. A little detail there. The Rays deal at Tropicana runs through 2027, but the team could still negotiate an early departure. Some say a new location could help attendance. After all, the Rays have the lowest attendance in baseball.
Well, baseball and summer both are in full effect right now, but so are those mosquitoes. While you protect yourself and your kids, don't forget about your pets.
Our Marla Spence tells us what the government is doing to help in Sarasota County. Marla?
Good morning, guys. Mosquitoes may be annoying for us, but they can be extremely harmful and dangerous if they bite your dog. Scientists and technicians with the Sarasota County Mosquito Management Office says this summer you should keep a close eye on your pets. So far, there are 34 species of mosquitoes here on the Suncoast, and if just one of those species get to your dog, it could put them at risk for heartworms, which could be very deadly. Taylor Greenan with the Mosquito Management Office says those insects tend to be out during sunrise and sunset, so it's recommended when you're taking your dog out for a walk to try to keep that in mind to reduce the risk of heartworms. Greenan tells us exactly how dogs can get that deadly parasite from a mosquito.
So inside the heart, the worm is transmitted by mosquitoes. So this is a parasitic worm that can grow inside things like dogs, and when the worm builds up in the organism system, the mosquito, if it bites that dog, can then get the parasitic worm inside of it. If it bites another dog, it can then transmit that parasitic worm into a following dog.
Now, there isn't repellent available for dogs, so the best way to protect them is by taking them to a veterinary for ways to protect them from heartworms. In the meantime, Sarasota County is working to control the number of mosquitoes by catching Gambusia holbrooki, which are fish that feed on mosquito larvae. Those fish are bred in-house at the Mosquito Management Office and then released to areas where there are large bodies of standing water. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. Some good information right there. Now to the ongoing battle over sand in Sarasota. The group Save Our Siesta Sand isn't giving up their fight against dredging Big Pass to help re-nourish Lido Beach's shoreline. They're now taking their fight all the way up to the federal level. The group believes that dredging Big Pass would create environmental issues, and then the sand should come from somewhere else. But Sarasota City Manager says he has studied some of the best computer modeling in the country, which shows it won't hurt the environment.
I would plead with the folks to, stop litigating, start collaborating. We certainly intend to do no harm. We won't allow any harm to be done. And if by some remote possibility anything negative happened, we would address it and adjust.
Now, the previous lawsuit filed by Save Our Siesta Sand was ruled invalid by a judge who said there was no evidence that showed the project posed any threats or risks.
Also in Sarasota, renovations are complete at the Municipal Auditorium on the Bayfront. It opened nearly 80 years ago. Look at that, back in 1939. A recent $860,000 grant 3 years ago made sure the historical nature of the building has been preserved. New bathrooms, portions of the roof ventilation, and also perhaps the biggest addition, windows and doors that won't allow rain to seep in.
Proofing, painting. There was a lot of damage inside the municipal auditorium from the water intrusion where we had stucco that was actually coming off the wall.
And the venue is always available for rent. For details on that, you can check out our website. There's a link there under mysuncoast.com.
And on the property just behind that auditorium, the Van Wezel Foundation, Sarasota Bayfront Planning Organization, and the Bay have all announced they're going to be working together to convince commissioners to approve the proposed master plan for the Bayfront's future. Now, that plan was released just last month. It includes an outdoor event, lawn and amphitheater, maybe even a floating stage, a ferry, a water taxi service, and also improvements to some of those existing boat ramps. Now, the plan also includes keeping the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall in the mix. Those groups are going to go in front of the city commissioners for approval next month. And looking ahead to next week, if you are in need of a job here on the Suncoast, here is an opportunity you don't want to miss. CareerSource is going to be hosting a job fair next Tuesday at the Van Wezel for more than 30 employers from Manatee and Sarasota counties. They're all going to be on hand. They're going to be meeting with job seekers to interview and even hire on the spot. The Manatee County Government, Spectrum, Sarasota Memorial Hospital, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, Ringley Museum, just some of ones that are going to be participating that day. Now, the event runs from 10 to 3. It is open to the public. Make sure you bring copies of your resume, any certificates, and of course, dress to impress. Still ahead, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson is coming to the Suncoast this week.
We'll tell you where he's going to be and why he's coming here. But first, there's a peek outside at
That is beautiful.
Pretty cloud up there. John, what do your science books tell you that cloud is called?
That's a cumulonimbus out there.
I was going to say so.
Yeah.
All right. I got a bridge to sell you both.
Yep, we've had some lightning and thunderstorms out there in Gulf waters. That particular one not coming closer to shore. It continues to remain well out there. Its anvil illuminated by the rising sun. We do have one box checked. The rain box is checked on our drive time forecast, not for the commute to work, for the commute back home from work. We'll put the temperature into the upper 80s at that point. All the airport hubs serving Sarasota International running on time, according to the FAA. We'll have the forecast for you when we come back in a sec.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. or visit SoClean.com today.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, 76-degree temperature, 76-degree dew point, 76-degree heat index. So all the numbers coming together, and it spells 100% relative humidity. It's sticky out there. The air is thick. The humidity is returned, and we are looking for a heat index today that will reflect that. As we head into the noontime hour, temperatures will climb to near 80, and we'll be talking about a feels like of 100 to 105. As we head into the 3 p.m. time period, I think we may see about a 10% chance of a shower or two building in inland areas first, and then kind of drifting back to the coastline with about a 20 to 30% coverage a little bit later in the evening as those showers kind of drift closer to the coast. Just like they did yesterday, we had a line of showers build and then gradually drift into the coastline where they are now. We even have a thunderstorm in progress off the coast of Pinellas County. It's kind of dissipating out. Also have one down around the Venice area. Out in Gulf waters, about 50 miles or so. It's in the process, too, of falling apart. Chris continues to lift away from the United States. As it does that, all that dry air that was pushed southward into the state of Florida, that stops because Chris is no longer close enough to make that effective. Dry air currently, we don't have much going on in terms of any rain showers for you this morning in the morning commute. Chris, still a formidable hurricane. I mean, it's got a nicely defined eye, but as it lifts northward, it is starting to pick up forward speed. It is moving at about 20 miles an hour. And down to the south, the remnant of Beryl is also continuing to be monitored. Not much here that gives us too terribly much concern either. If it does lift north, it'll move back out into the open waters of the Atlantic. A little trough of low pressure enhances rainfall chances for South Florida. High builds in, brings us a westerly wind with better weekend rain chances. A few evening showers today under mostly sunny skies. If you're headed to the beach with those sunny skies, there's some red tide around. We have some low amounts of red tide being reported by Mote Marine observers at Lido Key, Venice, and Gasparilla. It's come down in Gasparilla significantly, actually, and of course these numbers change as we head into the afternoon. Mote Marine will be issuing new updates coming in at around 10, 11 o'clock this morning. The southwest wind switches to the west at about 10 knots this afternoon. And the forecast looks like this. 20% chance of showers today and tomorrow, 92. The high heat indexes above 100. As we head into Friday, a little extra moisture around in Saturday as well enhances rainfall chances to 30 or 40%, and that's true on Sunday as well. And then next work week, we'll look at about a 40 to 50% chance of afternoon showers, typical for this time of year. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, John. Take a look outside and check out that first alert traffic in Manatee County. Got the normal delays and slowdowns coming over those bridges into Bradenton, but other than that, not too much going on. In the top half of Sarasota County, those roads are actually looking pretty decent. Not too much going on there. And a little bit farther south, if you're headed south on 75 or 41, both of those roads are running pretty smooth as well. It is 6:47. That is your first alert traffic. Well, in this hour's Health Smart, we moms have long suspected this, and now science has confirmed it. Babies may sleep better and longer when they begin eating solid foods a little earlier. A new study reveals that introducing a baby to solid baby foods at 3 months resulted in small but significant improvements in how they sleep during the night. Now, the babies who ate solid foods slept about 17 minutes longer, which, Ray, that's about 200 hours in parent time.
I bet.
That can mean up to 2 extra hours of sleep per week. Now, some pediatricians warn that it's also important that an early introduction of solids shouldn't cause a decrease in how much you're breastfeeding, which of course provides valuable nutrition.
Happening today in Southwest Florida, the Minnesota grandmother accused of coming to Fort Myers to kill a woman who looked like her and then steal her identity is going to be in court today in Lee County. Prosecutors are now pursuing the death penalty for Lois Reese in the murder of Pamela Hutchison of Bradenton. Now, Reese has not been charged with the murder of her husband in Minnesota, but new documents show that both victims were shot with a .22 caliber handgun, then both covered up with blankets and towels. Looking ahead, HUD Secretary Ben Carson will be in Sarasota tomorrow. He'll join the Housing Authority and local police for their annual book distribution event. HUD partners with groups that promote literacy and improve education for children in public housing. Secretary Carson will be at the Housing Authority on North Orange about 3 p.m. tomorrow. Ran for president.
That's right, he did.
6:49 right now. Still ahead your top 7 headlines before 7 o'clock.
That includes a final look at your Wednesday forecast and just why Harrison Ford might be about 172 years old when he finally makes the next Indiana Jones.
I'm intrigued. There's a peek outside our window. Pretty pastel sky out there. John's forecast and our top 7 straight ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here.
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Welcome back. It is 6:53. Coming up this morning on Good Morning America, new details on just how bad George Clooney's frightening scooter crash was yesterday. Surveillance video just released shows the star colliding with a car. We've got an update for how he's doing later on this morning. And here's your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's First Alert forecast. John?
So we have a shower, a thunderstorm out in Gulf waters. We can see that from the shoreline, but no worries, it's not coming toward us, it's going away from us. We don't have much in the way of a rainfall chance this morning, so out the door, take your sunglasses, but also carry your First Alert weather app because you'll need it later in the day. There'll be some thunderstorms around as we head into the afternoon and evening. Humid, mostly sunny, feels like temperatures coming in around 100 to 105 today. Late day showers and thunderstorms, with a temperature currently of 76 degrees. Don't forget, take us along with the First Alert app, as well as on social media and mysuncoast.com. Back to you.
Right, thank you, John.
I'm staying inside today.
That sounds hot. Number 2, checking the roads, some buildup there in Manatee County on 301 as you cross over State Road 70. Otherwise, no major issues right now on Suncoast roads.
Number 3, Sarasota County's Mosquito Management Office is working on limiting the number of mosquitoes in the county. And a reminder, don't forget to protect yourself and your pets by waiting to go outside after sunrise and before sunset.
Number 4, the entire boys soccer team and the coach are now recuperating in Thailand. Work begins on their recovery in a nearby hospital. They're expected to stay monitored for the next few weeks.
Number 5, President Trump is in Brussels at the annual NATO summit where he's asking for allies to pay more for their defense. So far, leaders have criticized the commander-in-chief for how he's been handling the situation.
Number 6, Bradenton police warn of a recent increase in scam phone calls that threaten people with arrest. So never give out personal information to anybody who claims they are with the Internal Revenue Service.
And finally, number 7, what's trending? Sadness in my heart. So excited to hear that Disney is doing another Indiana Jones movie. Not so excited to hear that they have pushed it all the way back to 2021. Steven Spielberg is back. He's going to be directing. He said production was actually supposed to start at the end of this year. Harrison Ford is back as Indy. He's going to be 79 when the movie finally hits theaters in 2021. It says it's going to be the last time that he will ever play Indiana Jones. Do either one of you want to take a guess as to when the very first Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark actually appeared in theaters?
Good question. I'll say 1988.
81.
Earlier, yeah.
Really?
81, yep.
Can you guess if I've seen any of them yet?
You haven't seen any of the Raiders of the
Oh,
Lost
man, you've
Ark?
got to watch it. I hate snakes.
I hate snakes.
Great,
That's
great
such a great
line.
line. Snakes. I hate snakes.
Yep. I can't believe 2021. It's just like around the corner.
That's only 3 years away.
I know. That's what's scary.
I know, but you know, Harrison Ford, we got to keep him fresh. I worry about his health.
I worry about his airplane abilities.
Maybe he doesn't need to fly so much in this one, yeah.
Have a great day, folks. Stay cool. It'll be a hot one today. See you tomorrow.